Hey friends, welcome back to the weekly unfold with me, Ramat Tejani. This week has been a mix of better, or I know better, but I'm going to do this anyway, and leaning into the importance of remembering to look after our health and prioritize our health and our joy. There's been a few things. So I guess let's dig into it. I'm thinking a bit more, I've thought a bit more this week about how important it is to really step into the spaces we want to be a part of. And sometimes that can feel really scary. This week's been kind of like a bit of a test in some way, shape or form. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, so on to my ask. My one ask this week has been about getting feedback for an idea that I've previously had and kind of like let go, and it's just slowly in different spaces starting to like bubble up and resurface again. And so I have just been asking a few people that I've bumped into or happened to chat to this week about their thoughts on it. I am a big believer in not necessarily like sharing everything that every idea that you have, but recognizing that no matter what the idea, no matter who you tell in the world, they can't execute it the way you would execute it because you are the secret sauce. And so I'm not like worried about telling people the idea. It's not like, I don't actually think any idea is a brand new idea. Most things have existed in some way, shape or form before, and you might just have a new take or a different take on it. So yeah, that's been my ask this week, kind of just floating this new idea, well, newish to me idea about and seeing what people think about it. So I say people, it was like two people, but I made the ask anyway. So that's been my ask. And yeah, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone in asking, because usually I'm just like, oh, I'll just do it myself. I'll just, figure it out. But actually, feedback is key. So feedback is data, and that's important. The failure this week. Sorry. The failure this week. I chose to wear heels, knowing full well that my foot is acting up. Now, the establishment that I was going to has a rule around, it has like a dress policy. Don't ask, it is what it is. It has a dress policy, and that dress policy meant no denim, no trainers. I was all ready to be wearing like barrel jeans and trainers. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just put on these like kitten heels. It doesn't matter if it's a kitten heel or not. My foot at this moment in time does not need to be dealing with heels. So yeah, here's my public service announcement. Go and invest in some good flats, because sometimes you're going to need some good flats. I currently own a few good flats. I count my trainers as flats. That's not what I mean. I actually mean like flat, smart, nice shoes. So yeah, that's my failure. Like I'm not even going to tell you the shameful behavior that I ended up resorting to, because my foot was killing me at the end of the night. We are where we are. Lessons learned. When it comes to the things I am either grateful for or, no, lying, not grateful, lessons learned or reminders I had. First one is around getting a health check. Sometimes life is just life in, and we're just like in the flow of things. And I think it's easy to forget that our health is our wealth. And so, yeah, I had a good reminder this week that it's just really important to check in on ourselves. And, if things aren't feeling right, then speak to someone about it. Speak to a medical professional. We are not medical professionals. There is no, like, I say we, I am guilty. I don't know about everyone else, but often other people too, of looking at Dr. Google and Dr. TikTok and Dr. Sometimes let's go to real doctors who have actually been trained and can give us a diagnosis for the symptoms that we have. And it might be that it's nothing, right? Maybe it's absolutely, yeah, nothing, and your body's just acting out and is trying to tell you that you need to rest. That's not nothing, but maybe it's not as serious as you might think. And so, yeah, sometimes go and see a real doctor about whatever the thing is. Second reminder lesson, stepping out of our comfort zones is really important. Now, I hate, and yes, I use the word hate, and it's one of my 4-letter words that I don't use often, but I hate horror movies. I'm not here for it. I don't have time to be jumping out of my skin because whatever. I'm not here for it. That being said, I decided that I was going to watch a film which has some horror in it. It's not like massively horror. It has some horror in it. Um, so I went to see Sinners, and some people will probably watch this and be like, Sinners is not a horror. Like, get over yourself. It's not. It is. There are some horror scenes in it. I don't care. Argue with your best friend. Argue with your kneecaps. I'm not interested. That is what I deemed. So, but I really wanted to see it, and so what I did was I went over the weekend to see a showing, which was like midday. So it was middle of the day. So I knew that when I came out, it would still be bright, it would still be light, and I won't have anything about it. And you know what? Even with my additional commentary and gasps and move, don't let them catch you moments in the cinema, acting like it was my house, I'm so glad I went. The film was so beautifully done. There was so many like underlying messages, and I just think it was beautifully layered and like really symbolic in different ways, and it's one that like I definitely want to go and see again. I don't know if I'll go to cinema to see it or I'll just wait for it to come out and whatever, but it was really, really good. So I'm super glad that I was able to step out and lean in, even though I was like, nah, I'm not doing horror. There's so many like horror-ish films that I haven't watched. Like I haven't watched Get Out, and I know people are like, oh, it's not a horror film. I've seen parts of it. I'm not involved. So yeah, that was it. I'm very proud of myself for stepping into that space in particular. Things I am grateful or thankful for this week. I spoke about going to cinema. I also this weekend squeezed in a trip to the theatre, and I went to finally see Hamilton. I've I've heard about Hamilton for years now, and I know it came out on Disney Plus, I want to say, and I didn't want to watch it. I wanted to watch the live show before watching it on Disney, and you know what? It lived up to the hype. It was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. It was clever. It was entertaining. It was a vibe. We were in our seats bopping along. um, it was informative. Like I learnt new things that I had no idea about. Um, so yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I went in with no expectations at all. So yeah, that's the first thing. So grateful and thankful for the opportunity to go and watch that. Also, feeling great about being able to celebrate friends that are winning in different areas of life. A friend of mine recently bought a house. I say recently, she actually bought it last year. I just haven't had the chance to go and see her new place. And yeah, I'm just feeling really proud of her and just being in a community and I don't know, in circles, I guess, with people that are winning in different ways. I had a catch up with a separate friend earlier in the week and he was just telling me about like his business and like how things are going with his business. He's an entrepreneur and again like he's winning in his own way and I love that for him. So yeah, I'm just feeling very grateful to know like some really, really special people. Really, really cool people. I love that for them and for me. I think there's something let me go back to that before I go to my next thing. There's something about seeing others win in different ways that gives you like a view as to what is possible. We hear the stories and we see the stories of other people's success that perhaps we don't know, like, I don't know, people online or celebrities, etc. But when it's happening in your circle and you're like, nah, people are really doing it, like, this is sick. Love, love, love this for them. So, yeah, shout out to everyone that's winning in their own ways, right? It's motivation for everyone else in the circle. Love that. Final thing that I am thankful or grateful for is my local laundrette. My washing machine decided it wanted to have a life of its own. Do you, babe? But I needed to wash clothes. So, um, yeah, it was just great to have my local laundrette that, excuse me, I didn't actually realize that it opens until 6 p.m. because I usually, if I do use it, it's usually on the weekend, not in the middle of the week. And yeah, I just had this assumption that it like only opens half day or closes at like 3, like it's a school or something. That's not the case at all. And so yeah, the lady was actually lovely and she sorted me right out. So yeah, super thankful and grateful for my local laundrette. Um, yeah, that's it. That's it. Looking into the week ahead, we are going into week 20. It's still May, and mindset is still the kind of like theme for this month for me. Anyway, and I think I'm thinking this week about how I can mentally declutter. Now, I say that because I am trying to, physically declutter some of the spaces that I am in, and tidy up a few bits, all the rest of it. That's fine. But, or rather, and I recognize the importance of really like decluttering our mind of the worry, the assumptions, the thoughts of whatever it might be. And I want to spend more time with that this week. I genuinely think that in giving my brain and my mind like this the space and I was gonna say clarity, but that's not really the word I'm looking for. But just make the space to be able to fill it with things that I love, and to fill it with joy, and to fill it with like curiosity, etc. I need to get rid of some of the thoughts that are unhelpful. And so that's what I'm going to try and do this week. This next week ahead, it's thinking about that mental decluttering, Marie Kondo my brain essentially. And yeah, I think it will be interesting to see what that looks like. And I think I'm gonna do that by writing things down, but also asking myself a question whenever I have a thought or whenever I'm thinking about something. Is this true? My coach, my leak, actually always challenges me with anything that I say with that question. Is this statement that you've just made true? Okay, cool. Like let's break it down. And sometimes it is 100% true and it's fine. But sometimes it is not true. And so how can I challenge myself to just really declutter some of the thoughts that I have in my head that are untrue about myself, about my relationships, about the people around me, about the spaces around me, about the environments I'm in, about all sorts. So that's what I think I'm going to do this week in terms of my mindset. I would love to ask you to do the same. How can you declutter your mind and some of the thoughts that you're having or you do have, especially some of those repeated thoughts that kind of like keep popping up for you? Yeah. Not every thought needs to be spotlighted. Not every opinion needs to have a home in our brains. Like some things can come in and go straight back out. So yeah, anywho's, that's me. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe somewhere down here, up there, wherever the subscribe button is. And I look forward to catching up with you again next week. As usual, stay out of trouble unless it's good trouble, in which case, go wild. Bye.